Hi, how's it going? Today I'm gonna talk a little bit about the different textures when we are playing bossa nova. Let me start showing you when the situation when we are playing, we're comping some singer. For example, I'm gonna use the first chords of Corcovado, where I'm gonna use on the left hand, I'm gonna use the bass, and the right hand we are gonna do the harmonies. So I worked in this left hand to show to play the beat. This left hand, we are doing the same thing as the thumb would do at the guitar. And why I'm talking to you about the guitar? Because the person who developed the beat, bossa nova beat, was João Gilberto. He used the thumb to create this stable rhythm, all right? And after that, on the chords, he often played this beat. So but there are ways of doing this left hand, do something more interesting. That, for example, we can imitate the bassist, the important bassist in Brazil called Luizão Maia. Luizão, it's an augmentative form of Luis, right? So realize that the way when we imitate this kind of this resource that Luizão played, we are imitating a more percussive way. We are imitating the way samba plays bass. Alright, so this is the first texture when we are comping some singers. Alright, often used when we are comping. There is another one texture I would like to tell you something about. It's a texture to use voicings. When you have interesting voicings, you wanna hear them, you can join the hands. You pick a melody and a bass and make the inner part of the chord with the beat. So you can have richer chords here. this is another way to play, but who knows my classes, you're gonna remind this idea that each texture you use to play something, you're gonna lose some possibility. For example, in this texture, you're gonna lose the bass. You can do more complex bass lines, and you can do more complex melodies also. So you lose this possibility, but you gain the possibility of doing playing more richer voicings on your harmony. All right. What else more? What we could do when we have a bassist, we can use the rootless voicings. So the bassist is gonna play, and you can use, for example, your right hand to play the melody. In this texture, we have a certain quality of chords, not like that voicings, but you have notes of chord notes and tensions. You don't have the fundamental. We are losing bass, but we are gaining melody, the possibility of playing the melody. So this texture is often used to play with trios when you're playing in any musical group that uses a bass. All right. What else more? This is a kind of texture. For example, when you are playing the bass with some singer, the piano plays a more harmonic function. So you're gonna play. You can play upper structures on the right hand and the voice, the rootless chords on the left hand. For example, let's explore this. Sorry. This situation, you can explore more variations of the rhythm because you have both hands doing rich harmonies, and you have all the possibilities. You don't need the independence between hands to do more richer rhythms. All right. One more texture I would use often use to play the piano solo. It's the double function left hand. And what is the double function left hand? We use this first fingers to play the bass part, and this two fingers to play the harmony part. So let me show you, for example. goes. You can explore to do more improvisation with this hand. And what do you lose here in this? What do you gain and what do you lose? In this texture, the left hand function, you can do bass line together with harmony, but you have poor harmonies, and because you don't just have the fundamental note, the root note of the chord, and the fifth, and you have the third and the seventh to show the chord. All right. In this texture, you're losing harmony and you're losing bass line, but you gain in terms of sound because you sound more complete. All right. This texture can be well used when we are playing together with singers. It's more difficult to play because you have to develop more independence between hands, but it would be interesting because you can use the right hand to feel your chords with more notes. And people often ask me what I've told you in this at the beginning of this video, or at the beginning of each different texture, what situation it's more probable to use. But when you master, then you can use all most of the texture to play in the situation of piano solo. For example, that situation of chords. I'm using both hands to do voicings, all right? So I can use, for example, double function left hand. Sometimes in some melodies you can use using bass on the left hand, and I'm using rootless voicings that some of them have coincide with the melody. Or when I want a more how can I say this, when I want to sound more, on a softer way, very soft way, I can use, for example, just just rootless voicings with the melody, a higher melody. All right, you can combine to sound more soft, in a soft way. Let's talk a little. Let me show you an example of solo piano using all these examples. Let's go. In this, at the end of this recording, uh, this example, let me talk better. At the end of this example, I used another resource. I think that's very interesting. That's when you play some low bass, and after that you play the rootless voicings. And I'm sorry for the mistakes, because when I try to talk something while I play, I often commit mistakes. But let me show you again. Sorry, let me take a. Realize that I some spaces that I had, I lose a little bit of the bossa nova groove, but I took advantage of some spaces to create some bass lines. They are very simple. Sometimes they are chromatic, just chromatic, but I can put interesting notes that we're gonna give some interest in that part. So this is one more texture you can use in your bossa nova arrangements. So that's it. I hope you have enjoyed this lesson, and see you for much more. I'm trying to work on the image of this channel. I'm trying to develop a better image. So I hope you forgive me while I'm trying to improve the quality of the visual quality of this channel. But I think for most of you, the important is the quality of the content. All right. I'm Luciano Ruas, a Brazilian pianist. If you know, I invite you to follow my channel, to learn much more about this. And so that's it. All right. Thank you for watching, and if you like it, leave some comment, and if you have some doubt also, you can ask on the comments also. Bye bye, see you.